So we
Might
did
not see you.
got thumbs up.
Oh,
so that
thank
means
you, James. We're rolling.
there's so many places to start this, and I've actually I thought about this a lot, and I think you said you thought about it none, which is my favorite thing to hear.
Same.
Because like I'll to lift the veil a little bit. We were having a real good time here like 30 seconds ago, and then now it's like you're sitting in class, or just like, all right, you know.
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
gotta
Sit up
reel it
straight.
back in.
Yeah.
Shut up. Drink
But,
the
Back
coffee.
in, man. One take, James.
Yeah, single take. That's kind of how we do it. But yeah, I think the best place to start is there's a bit of like a veil of mystery I think over Soul Kraft in terms of operationally how it works. Who you know?
That's the goal. We like to be mysterious.
So. Yeah, we're mysterious.
Who are we? What are we? Where are we?
No, it's not even that. It's just like we don't have to be like.
Yeah,
there's so much going on.
Well, that's part of it, right? It's like it's mysterious from the outside in, but for you guys, it's your day to day. There's just a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
And also, too, the focus is the art. Respectfully, you know, you see things on Instagram, see things on the interweb, but there's a difference of when you get in here. So we got to bridge that gap.
Yep.
So it really doesn't matter if it's me or Jay. We just have to help show the people what we know.
Yo, but you know what's crazy? That mystery gives people something to talk about.
For sure.
Let's get on something.
Everybody's like, yo, but who's who and what? Who, you know what I mean?
I do. Well, that's what I was thinking because yesterday there was I forget which person it was, but I think it was Max's client. They're like what goes on back there? Like what is that like a separate place? Do they pay rent here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a valid question, right? You
That
see
is a
like
valid
another logo on the wall, which is 3D Dreams. And
Well, that's the beautiful thing about this place. You know, this is home base. And, you know, once we get the foundation and the art focused and everyone's rolling each day, we got a lot of hours together. So along the years of me and Jay sticking this out and building what we build, you have a lot of resources. So we get to have some laughs and build some dreams.
And it's been what, about 10 years you guys have been in here specifically?
In here, almost 10. Well, almost 9 really.
But there you guys
Nine now, yeah.
go deeper than that, because how long you've known Oscar for how many years before that?
We've known Oscar since we were kids. Oscar is the triple OG. He's the original. You know, from our brothers to everyone we grew up playing sports with in our school, Oscar's been doing this shit a long time.
And that's kind of what you guys founded this place on, was a lot of that legacy with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you would go to Oscar in Long Branch, shouts out to Long Branch, Oscar was tattooing everybody. It didn't matter if you were a hippie, you know, accountant, a ball player, everybody got
I
that
knew
same
Oscar
experience.
before I knew Oscar.
For sure, everybody
just
did.
from hearing about him. Like anybody who had tattoos growing up, anybody who was getting
Went
tattoos,
to Oscar.
it was always Oscar from Long Branch. I didn't even know what that meant, like Oscar from Long Branch, and you know.
And I think the best thing about Oscar, though, he always stays true to himself, too. You know, he stayed solid in anyone could do something for 30 years is tough, but let alone tattooing.
Yeah.
So that experience that he gave our brothers, our community, us, we want to give everybody that. So that experience is education, quality art, and a hell of a good time. So it really doesn't matter who's, you know, chefing it up. It's just making sure you get that Soul Kraft experience.
Well, that is interesting who chefs it up, because there's 8 chairs in here, and I would say probably 6 to 8 of them daily are active.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just, to me, a lot to manage, because this place is oozing with culture. If you are in here, you can just look at the walls, everything else. You guys have a really cool backspace with like old figures.
It's become such a cliche, and I guess like that's why it's a cliche. Is like, oh, it's a vibe, or it's a culture, or it's an experience. You know what I mean? You can't
Facts.
You can't fake that, which is actually why, really, besides we're just like clowns, but really why we were hesitant to even do something like this is because like
it's real.
Everything in today's society is kind of like manufactured. Everything's kind of like planned and scripted and podcast and video and Instagram. So that's why we were hesitant to do it, because to your point, it's kind of like behind the scenes. You'll know it when you see it, and when you come here, you'll see it, and we'll do our best to show you. But that stuff you can't really make up.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's why I wanted to do this with you guys for a while, because it's been a while. I've kind of just tried to pin you guys just to sit still, even for more.
I'm
than
having a
2
real
minutes.
hard time right now.
Yeah, we're having a real hard time. To Angel's point, we saw Angel last week. You guys did a hell of a job, but
Yeah.
I'm off the walls right now trying to sit still, and I had a little caffeine. But
I think
first, Chris, thank you for having us, and James and Angel. You know, you guys are setting the way, and I think the big part is growing with your people and getting uncomfortable, and that really is what Soul Kraft is. I mean, they're not just amazing tattoo artists, they're amazing people. And with these tattoos, they probably care more than the actual clients. So we have to take that step back, make sure they understand everything that goes into this, and that's part of the experience, because you got to educate people. I mean, Angel should tell you on TikTok, man, he's viral right now, but that's real-time information. So once he goes fishing and he reels them in, then we still take...
You have to have substance behind it.
For sure.
You have to have a team behind it. You have to have a structure.
And you hear me, that's how you make it through a few winters and a COVID.
Well, that's why I'm happy Angel's on the show today, because you guys have been at this for a super long time. We just kind of went over that. But Angel, it feels like you've been around forever, to be honest. Like, I feel like you have always been here, which is actually super cool as I say it. But you know, what's it been, like a couple years at this point? Or
Well, this is Angel. And what I love the most about Angel, first of all, he's an amazing artist. But a lot of people will get creative, get very comfortable, right? So they want to stick to a direct pattern, a direct routine. Angel did the complete opposite. For 2 to 3 years, he went completely out of his comfort zone, traveled the state, traveled different environments, and also with us, and learned. I call it recon, to come back and see. But I think we match each other's freak, and Angel realizes that because...
Angel was a beautiful, like, missing piece for us.
For sure.
Honestly, Chris, you've been pounding the table to get us on something like this forever. But if it wasn't for, like, Angel pushing it, trying it, getting uncomfortable, you know, we might not have
But that's
ever
what
done it.
that's what a team is, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly, and this is exactly what I want to talk about. Is the culture that's here is a lot of sort of that OG knowledge, that stuff that only comes from experience, comes from time, comes from that.
Discipline, comes from routine.
Big-time discipline.
People see the fun, they see what Jay said, the circus, they see the laughs and all that stuff. They don't see us here at 7:30, 7 days a week, doing everything that we have to do to take things. First of all, everyone here can operate as independent on their own. But anyone who's built any business and has been around enough, you understand the value of a team. If you have the right team and you communicate and you learn each other, they save you time, they save you energy. So Jay and I know if we can save these guys time and energy, they're fucking brilliant. They're businessmen. They have all these things, and we have all these hours together. So we do what we do, they do what they do, and the clients and everyone enjoys it. And you pick your head up, you're not just getting a great tattoo that's going to last forever with some laughs. You're learning some things about life, maybe finance, maybe who the hell knows. I'll teach you some Marvel fucking facts. Maybe you'll maybe you'll get healthy and Max will teach you how to do some fucking different level of a squat. But we're building real people here. Like, this is a lifestyle. This is as Angel said, a culture. This isn't just some, we're not just doing this shit for show. This is who we are. This has been who we are. This is who we're going to be.
Culture, that's it.
For sure.
You got the old, you got the young, and the old learn from the young learn a ton from the olds.
And I think that's the part of, if you have a team, you could get uncomfortable. Because a lot of people get uncomfortable, then they get derailed from maybe their day-to-day focus or their priorities. For example, Angel and these artists, man, they got to do permanent shit all day, bro. People come in, they get just as nervous as this for a surgery. So you're coming in off the rip, Angel has to give him a great experience, and then we're bothering him about social media and all these other things. Yeah. So we got to make sure we maximize time and value and know when to speak.
What I like is there's a unique dynamic even just between you guys and each artist in here, and there's a lot of them. There's the 8 that mostly fill the chairs, and you guys get guest spots all the time.
Yeah, we got like 12 or 13 of our family. We got an extended family, but 12 Soul Kraft and more,
But I noticed the interactions are really pretty unique per person.
For sure.
It has to be. We're all humans. Everybody's different.
Different love language.
A lot of times it's just these guys coming in and bringing something that is happening with themselves, and we're human. We're people first. You know what I mean?
It is interesting that Angel comes here and suddenly this stuff happens. He really was a missing piece for that regard.
For sure.
I
say we match each other's freak. And, like I said, we've been at this for a long time. And when we do things consistently and real, we want to build. Angel gets us uncomfortable, but uncomfortable with confidence. And I think that's important.
Compliment alert. These two, you hear, again, I go back to cliches all the time, and it's like, oh, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Everybody says that, right? These two actually, it's a step further, and I think it's just as, being an entrepreneur and probably an artist, just in general, it's you almost get uncomfortable when you are comfortable. Oh, shit, I got to shake something up because this is just, too normal right now. Yeah, and that, you're probably in your head damn, that's some real shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you really, both of you probably more than me, like I'll be comfortable and I'm like, you know, you feel a little bit
Let's push
but
this
like
shit.
if you're comfortable, these two are like, nah, like we got to do something different.
But with strategy and learning, because this is the thing, bro. A lot of people,
The right way.
right? They work very hard, but they working smart. Like if Angel gets an idea and he's tattooing, save his brain for fucking saturation and shading. Let Jay and I do some simple market research, some simple planning, preparing. To then, when he does get a break, gather some recon, and then set up the right meeting to explore this shit. Because everybody got an idea, Chris. But what's a fucking idea?
So you guys aren't. Very true. So you guys aren't just sitting operating a tattoo shop where you're checking people in and out. You do that, but you know that whole back room exists. And
this
everything
place
you're
is our
saying.
dojo. This is our sensei. Tattooing is everything. It's the foundation. So we respect and protect that first. But like I said, we have a lot of hours, a lot of people here. So in the back, man, our little think tank, our little museum. I keep pointing back there because maybe they can show you later. But you know, we keep
Chat, press 1 if you want to see the back.
Yeah, press 1 because we got some fucking treasure.
Comment, like,
I
below.
promise you some treasure you'll
Said
never
La
see in your
Boo-Boos.
whole fucking life.
If you want
But
to see
anyway.
the back, please comment.
Yeah, real life treasure.
And subscribe.
But we build there. You know, I would say, and it's not just creating an LLC. I'm saying revenue generating businesses that feed families. We've built, Jay and I built, Oscar, we've built for 15 years, different industries, different businesses that I'm going to keep saying make it through a few fucking winters.
But let me cut you off real quick. Besides building all that stuff, you guys also built artists.
Fair.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean,
Like,
I think you, as an artist, are your own little business, you know, so it kind of goes hand in hand, which people might not understand, you know, that deeply, but it's all business. It's
but
all
building a business with feelings is crazy.
For sure.
That's what I'm.
Most people
You know what I
have
mean? That's what I'm
feelings,
trying to
so we
mean.
talk about
Like as a
it.
human
Well, I
being,
think-
you're crazy variable.
I think emotional intelligence, EQ, is more important than IQ. It's more important than any book you. I mean, my key to life is like gaining wisdom before you're too old to use it, right? But wisdom only goes, or knowledge only goes so far. Like if you don't know how to deal with somebody walking in who just got into an accident, who just had a fight with their girlfriend or significant other, and then like Matt said, within 1 hour they got to turn around, create a custom piece of art, and then tattoo it on somebody forever.
Yeah.
How do you flip that switch is probably
Well-
what's most important that like nobody ever will realize or kind of
Yeah,
like
and
say that's what Matt and Jay do.
And that ties back to the discipline of why we come every morning and handle what you can handle, because there is a sense of when you want to be a business, when you want to be an entrepreneur, when you want to deal with humans and employees, you never know what the fucking happen. So you got to control what you can control because there is that unknown. But we feel obligated, you know, to protect and grow you guys as you guys grow us.
It's great. It's great. Especially, I want to say that it's great for the silent tattooers, the tattoo artists that want to be quiet. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that they just want to be tattoo artists and they don't want to be influencers. They don't want to be
sure.
loud. They don't, you know what I mean?
Well, you
And
know,
having you guys as the voice,
yeah.
it's
and
like
we can be any voice, and I want people to understand that too. The voice is their voice, just what they want, and the team wants us to communicate.
yeah.
Adapting. I mean,
Adapting, yeah.
and catering a solution to each person.
And I think the big thing that separates Soul Kraft, just again from our whole culture, our experience, besides all that, is what makes us very different. Is I'm a client. I've been through everything. I've been through 10-hour sessions. So to understand whether you're an accountant, a mechanic, a trainer, you get so used to your world every day. These guys tattoo every day. But I remember each day my first tattoo and how Oscar made me feel and where was I parking and these little things that when you do it every day you forget. So Soul Kraft, of course, protect our artists first, but we also protect our clients, protect the community.
Yeah.
And that's
now
how-
that's becoming a cool thing to do
Yeah.
now. It's like, oh, now all of a sudden artists are into their clients. Oh, come on. Like, we were the first ones doing the video showcasing the clients. We were the first ones saying clients, you know, clients come first. Listen to their expectations. Listen to their
Well,
concepts.
Oscar was.
Of course, yeah.
Oscar's created custom pieces that everyone has seen for 30 years, but he's the first one that says, hell yeah, man, I'll do what you like. Of course, in his style and his way to set up that level of art. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta, and guess what? My first tattoo is my daughter's handprint, and then I let that guy do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Literally.
That's it. That's how it works. You know what I mean? Like,
And you do that too.
You know, you're great at that
that's a
too.
quick tip
Yeah.
I give all tattoo artists. I tell all tattoo artists, if you want to tattoo that person, reassure the answer
Yeah.
and then flip it to yours.
Yeah.
A million percent.
Yeah, you're great at that.
You know, people spend 3 months thinking about the lion that they want to get tatted.
Facts.
The moment they walk in here and they tell them, yo, that's not good, I'm going to be like, yo, fuck you. I spent 2 months looking for this lion and you're going to tell me it's not good?
But Angel does it a different way, you know, and that's
I
people
really-
don't realize that's probing questions.
That's
So I'm going to
probing
give you a
question.
count.
That's emotional intelligence. too.
Emotional
Yeah,
intelligence
you
to
know?
peel back the layers of the onions to see, because a lot of people see shit on Instagram or they want to act like they know things and they want to feel like they're educated on something, and that's just ego. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
So someone say, hey man, I want this
Well,
session.
it's like insecurity. They're probably
For
nervous as
sure.
hell.
So we have to take
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
redirect that, and say, wow,
That's a
that
great idea. You did your job.
you did your job, but this is how it really works.
Yeah.
You know?
Bro, that client is in your pocket.
Well, you got to build the trust that you're on their side. Like, you want them to look the best that they could possibly look.
And I'll say that for every single artist here. You know, Oscar, Abraham, Diana, Max, Becky, Pat, you know, Angel.
Everybody's great at it.
Adrian, everybody, you know, Nico, everybody has their own love language of how they connect with their clients.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually, we've done a lot of shit together, me and this guy. A lot. In so many industries, bro.
Too much.
Too much.
I'm just kidding.
This
No
isn't that. We already know what it is, what you sit down. We're just helping people understand what we already know. You know, so this is if people said selling, this isn't selling. This is just helping people get the best experience and quality art. And what's amazing too is, and what we take pride, we have people from all around the country, all around the world come here. And maybe we can't build the best building yet.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But that doesn't fucking matter. It matters what's inside. You feel the energy in here. You feel the passion in here. You feel these guys care more than you, and it's your fucking body. They torture themselves.
Bro, I get many messages. People walk out of here and they be like, yo, bro, you guys give me such amazing energy. I want to become a tattoo artist now.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
crazy. Wow.
this is grown ass man. You know what
I mean, we've had people, and this is what we want.
Yeah, man.
They come back with a case of beer and a football and want to play catch the next day.
Sometimes my clients come and hang out. You know what I mean? They just
sure.
come to hang out.
Well, shouts to Ed Milet. I listen to your podcast all the time. Yesterday on the podcast, he was interviewing the trainer to the stars. He trains like all the Kardashians, all this and all that. And I mentioned it to you. I just didn't say where I got it from. But he's like, people don't want to work out. It sucks. It's painful. I'm charging a lot because I'm the best trainer. And it's not a positive experience. Well, think about it from a tattoo artist. We're charging good money because this is great art, so you're going to have to pay. But it also hurts, right? It's a tattoo. It's not a positive, pleasant experience. So every single thing we do from the minute you walk in to the minute you leave has to be positive. Everything else. Because the actual, physical tattooing and all of that is not positive. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it's not pressure on us because that's what we're here to do, but that's what we're here to do.
And we take pride in it too. And they do what they do day in and day out. So Angel will tell you no matter what it is, from handing out fucking fruit snacks to making sure someone has a glass of water to whatever the fuck it is, we'll do.
Yeah. Clients matter. I mean, at the end of the day, they pay our bills.
Everybody matters. And this is the thing too.
A lot of artists seem to forget that.
A lot of artists.
Fuck people. Fuck real people.
I know
like,
Chris
they
has
pay our
heard this.
bills. Like, what do you mean, fuck real people?
But I saw Master Hand's video and it featured a customer, so I'm going to do the same thing.
Sorry.
But it also doesn't matter.
I love it. No, it's not.
No, Angel, how many times do people come in and say, what do those guys do? And we say, head of custodial operator. Doesn't matter. I think people, when you're really building and you're part of something in your team, it doesn't matter what the fuck you do.
It doesn't matter.
Just as the team gets 1% better each day. I don't even care about social media, to be honest. I don't have a social media because we really do this in real life.
Yeah. Actually, just to wrap this all up, I'm sure you want to go somewhere else with it. But like we were saying, we're about 15 years in. And like the fact that you wanted us to do a podcast, in my mind, 15 years in, which most people do it 1 year in. 15 years in, I still feel like we haven't done shit. We don't know shit. Because the things, like, people think they know stuff after 1 year, 2 years. You don't know anything. No. And the more you think you know is the less you know. Yeah. Because I'm smart enough and I know enough to know that I have no fucking idea about anything.
I get that feeling.
And how could you ever say you know a lot when technology is going at the speed of freaking light and everything's adapting every 2 years faster than a decade used to adapt?
You know what I do know, Jay? And Angel knows, and Chris knows, and you guys see it, and we're going to get up every fucking day.
Yeah, and we're going to be good people. And
treat people right first,
try
our best, and learn, bro.
Yep.
I think a lot of people just sleep on having like tattoo parlors are not known for their comfort, safety, and ambiance usually, right? Like that's like not usually a thing, right?
Yeah.
Fair to say.
I mean, look, you know, I referenced when Oscar was doing my chest in 2010. Tried to be a young boy and drink the night before, barfed the whole session. I'll never forget. Oscar's room was meticulous, spotless, but there was a community bathroom. That shit looked crazy. So every fucking morning, Jay and I cleaned these bathrooms ourselves.
You saw this morning, probably, when you walked out.
No one has to throw up, but God forbid,
Yeah.
if you did, you're going to go in there, and you can check the reviews on Google and women. Those bathrooms, every part of this shit is spotless because if you did have to do that, you're going to say, wow.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
And
feel
how did
terrible.
we learn that? That's part of it. Experience, life.
By Matt being sick.
And so also, yeah,
Yeah.
you as a client.
10 years ago.
It's a big
20 years
insight.
ago, I don't know.
Oh,
Or
we're
yesterday.
all like have a cold too, so if this voice isn't,
Yeah.
might sound a little deeper for you ladies. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. We got a late night
You guys
radio
probably
thing
sound a
too.
lot more buttery than you think.
Really?
I like Angel's voice a lot. Angel, if you want to go a little
Okay,
closer, can you give him a preview, Angel, of your summertime song you're dropping?
Ooh,
That's just a preview.
butter.
That's just a preview.
But I fucking have fun. We laugh so hard every day. Like, we really have a good time.
Yeah, I mean,
And we go hard, though, too.
working with positive people is great. You know what I mean? Like, I've been many places where everybody's always sad.
That's a lot of things.
Yo, bro, I used to work in shops where I would walk in and dark as shit because I'd be the only one walking in. You know what I mean? Beautiful ass day. And then when people will walk in, everybody complains about anything. I'm late. Da, 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 da.
That's true.
Oh, I couldn't
Fucking
do this.
client.
Yeah, fucking client. My fucking client is an asshole because now he wants a scorpion and he wanted a butterfly. And like, da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, we're not outside building buildings, first of all.
Well, people
want a
need to
cigarette?
We gotta be
remember that.
grateful.
People need to remember that, Angel. You remember that. I remember
Bro,
that. We come from humble beginnings,
We come
bro.
from humble beginnings, but we, you know what I mean? We gotta be thankful for our hands. As an artist, our hands. You know what I mean? Like, if your hands are giving you money, be thankful for your hands.
I mean, has there been a day that you haven't come in where we're not positive or thankful? No matter what
No,
life's
you guys
throwing
are
up.
always lit.
Yeah, and you are too, don't you? Like, we all
It
have
usually
life.
starts with a crying session around 7:30.
We scream around 10 a.m. We start screaming.
Yeah. We walk a little bit into traffic and then say, just kidding.
So this is the team aspect you're talking about, because before way earlier, Jay said something about we think of the artists as individual businesses, and
We
here
want to
you are.
grow their community. These guys, we're so grateful to be with them, but they have a fan base, a community. I don't think they realize how much people look up to them, how much power and influence they have. So we want everyone to see what we see too. And like I said, help them be the best versions of themselves.
So I don't know how much more you guys want to talk, because I think
I could go for days.
I was gonna
Yeah, I
say
could
this.
go for days.
Now
this
that I'm
feels
going in the espresso.
Yeah, I'm
chilling, man. I'm
Yeah.
chilling.
This is what
I
I
like
told you,
talk-
and I'm in no rush to cut things off. But just for the sake of,
Yeah, we got
you know, I know
lots
you guys
of
got your day and everything too. But this is perfect. This is exactly what I thought I'd get today, because really, you guys are some of the most well-spoken, intelligent people I know. Like I
Thank
know
you.
it's a
It's
like
mutual.
actual.
Well, you know what it
Thanks,
is?
Chris.
If you stick around enough, you get a lot of experiences. And the thing that we take the most pride in, I'm going to speak for Jay, and I'm going to speak for Oscar. We grew up here. We are Monmouth County. We are this Jersey Shore. We know everyone. Our credit score in real life on paper is perfect. But out here in these fucking community, in these streets, we're perfect. And we worked very hard to do right by people. I mean, from our kids to our wives to everybody. This is what we do. So everything we do, we're
Baby
always
Tupac on the way, coming November,
Yeah.
October.
Shouts to my nephew. Shouts out
Congrats.
to Sarah,
Congrats,
man.
Mr.
Thanks,
J.
Angel.
Shouts to Prince,
and
too,
that goes for
man.
Angel too. Yes, you are part of that.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
fucking
was
just as smart in different ways, and that's
listen,
really what Matt
Angel,
is great at, is like cultivating what everybody
Yeah.
is great at. Like
Yeah, Matt
everybody
finds
has
talent.
first
something
of
to
all,
add. you know?
Angel, there's something. We've met the most successful people when we did the tech world. We did all this stuff. You could say any resume, any college. It's the fucking what's inside, bro. Everyone does this shit when it's easy, but when it gets hard.
How do we
That's
feel
when you
about
see.
cursing?
That's fine. I mean,
Okay.
this is your guys.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This
I
is
was
your
just
guys'
curious. I was
show.
just curious.
Your shop, your show.
But
whatever
everybody
you want.
wants to do it when it's easy.
Yeah, I
This
totally
guy
forgot about
lives
this.
in chaos.
Yeah.
Now,
he likes it.
listen, he likes it a little bit, but
No,
each
he
month,
likes it a lot.
listen, each month, if you have 10 things that are on
Yeah.
your back that are weighing you down, right? If we could take one off a month, and then you get to
I thrive in
redirect that to maybe working out more, maybe a little bit with your lady, maybe a little bit with your son, maybe a little bit of all that. That's only gonna help all of us. And then if I go crazy in a few months,
we got
Angel's gonna hold
I
me down.
complimented you guys on something like that earlier, like, you know, being uncomfortable when you're comfortable, but that also is like could be a negative. You know, like you're successful in spite of the chaos, not because of the chaos. Like a lot of times we get caught up in, but if I lose that edge, I'm not going to be like, no. Like if you lose that anger, you'll probably be better off. If you lose that chaos, you'll probably be better off. If you lose that anxiety, you'll probably be better off. Of course,
For
like
longevity,
for longevity. Of course, a little bit of like an espresso shot. I need to have 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day for that spark. I'd probably be better off without it. But right now, I need it, and it's working. So
We're
I get
in the trenches.
But
We're in the trenches, man.
I fucking love podcasts, man. Yo, Chris, why didn't I do this earlier, man? Shout out to my boys.
I really shouldn't do caffeine.
Oh,
You have
man.
no idea
Chris,
how
I
much
don't know if you had anywhere else to
I-
go. I don't know if you had anything like anywhere else to go because we
And
could
guess
get
what?
off the freaking.
And also too, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be doing this forever, ever.
No, this
We're
is-
not gonna stop. We're
Get
just
into
getting
Soul Craft
started,
while
started,
it's at the
started.
ground floor because we're only going up from here. I know a lot of you will be like, but
Same with
you have
Master
such a
fucking Hand
great
Media.
shop.
Same with Angel, man.
Yeah.
I'm really telling you, we really do this, and we're really gonna do
Angel's
this.
stock is gonna go through the freaking roof. If you were in the stock market, I'd sell my
Yo,
house.
I'm
and
about
buy
to
it.
make myself a meme coin.
Okay, let's do it. I'll buy it. I want a real one. And
I don't need a meme coin. I want the real shit. Can I invest in you?
You could definitely invest in
We are now on Shark Tank. I'm gonna make him an offer. You guys are my witness.
Yeah, we'll see you on Shark Tank.
For 10% equity
Of Angel.
of Angel.
Angel's gonna
For
sell.
10% Angel. 10% equity in Angel. My deal is I'll give you 100 grand.
For 10% for how long?
Ever.
In
Forever?
in
For life,
perpetuity.
yeah.
Perpetuity.
Perpetuity?
Perpetuity.
Mr. Matt, what does that mean?
That means forever.
Forever, Holmes.
like monthly?
Like just anything. Like every meal
Yearly?
you have, I get
Just
10%.
10%?
Yeah.
All right.
I match that. I'll
Okay.
throw you another 100.
You guys saw
To
it.
my name.
Got him.
Got it.
Yeah, we'll follow up with that one in a few weeks. Because, yeah, however.
I bet it's gonna be fucking the best investment I ever made.
Of course.
This guy's fucking brilliant. Our team's brilliant. Everybody here.
But also
like,
our
we-
resources,
yeah,
bro. Our
yeah.
resources. And this is the thing. Just don't quit. If you keep going, if you be a good person, if you do right by people, you learn a lot. We can do anything. We can build anything. Look at you guys. Can we turn around on? Can we show you, James?
Shouts to producer James with
No,
the fanny
it's
pack.
funny.
Shouts to my boy, bro.
James is running the role that I was
Shouts
like.
to
James, I know this
coveted
is like
role.
breaking the whatever you guys call it in the biz, but can you just yell out real quick, like, are you better now than you were 5 months ago? For sure, he said.
Yeah,
He said
this-
bullshit.
This place is
Oh, for sure.
Well, what's going to be fun about even doing this to any frequency is that growth is going to be a little bit more apparent because you guys don't notice it. You do this every day, all day. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror every day. You'll notice things, but you don't really notice. 'Cause it
What's
just
the
looks
tallest
No.
thing that you see when you look outside?
the tallest thing?
Yeah, like in nature.
Trees.
The biggest thing. Trees.
Trees.
Or like a mountain.
Have you
horizon.
ever seen a tree grow?
That's very true.
But
You know
it's,
what I'm saying?
But it's growing.
It's day by day by day by day
It's
by
true.
day,
Hold up.
gradual, and then they're the biggest
Uncle
freaking
Jay,
thing in the world.
Uncle
It's dealing with
Jay,
people, too,
Uncle
like-
Jay, tell them about the roots of a tree.
They're strong, and that's
They're
where
deep.
it all.
They're
That's where it all
strong.
starts.
They suck everything up. They take what's
Damn,
theirs.
deep, strong, and sucking.
and fucking.
We're getting off the rails.
Yeah, sorry,
We're getting
sorry.
off
We'll
the
cut
rails.
that, we'll cut
I don't mind. They say
no.
this is your guys' show.
No,
I
we'll
think
cut
it's
that.
fun.
We'll cut that. We'll cut that.
I don't think
This
you
can
need to.
definitely go on my kick.
I was gonna say you don't have to cut
Go ahead,
anything.
Chris.
No, you don't have to
What
cut
do you got
anything
for
down.
Sorry, man. I told you I don't need caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm here mostly as like
The adult in
no, I'm your flow chart of conversation.
Right.
Otherwise, what I say is like I'm grateful to be here. I've known you guys since 2012, 2013.
Since the shake bar at WoW.
Since the
Yeah.
Shake Bar. Wow.
Shouts to Chris too, man. Dive into your Google searches. All-state runner, D1 runner, football player.
But was there anything you wanted to
Scored my
like,
first
touch
touchdown
on
against Shore.
before we-
I want to ask you guys something.
Ooh, I love
I like
that.
So, 10 years working with artists, right?
Longer. We've been working with artists for like 14.
14 years working with artists, right? What's the biggest take
Biggest
Big-
takeaway.
The biggest takeaway?
from, yeah?
We're all humans, and I think that we are a product of our environment, and See, the thing is with Jay and I, we've been around a lot of artists, but we've been around a lot of other successful people, whether it's a tech guy, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether it's some of our friends. And we realize you really, for longevity, you are what you surround yourself and you are what your team is.
Why artists?
You want us to shout names out?
Why artists?
Like, why did you choose artists?
Why artists?
Well, that's just kind of where
We
where the
love
world
this,
went,
bro.
but, yeah.
We love this. What Oscar taught me and how this works. I was that client. I walked in with a Microsoft Word printout. Times New
Microsoft
Roman.
is crazy.
Bro, printed the whole
this
thing
is
out.
before ChatGPT.
Yo, yeah, it's before ChatGPT.
Way
Shouts to
before.
Uncle Tom, and we'll get into all
Way
that
before.
one day if you guys want to. But
We're gonna need an episode 2 for sure.
yeah, Uncle Tom and Oscar and I have always loved sneakers and collecting together. Same with Jay, same with all of us. But when Tom was getting his arm done, like late 2000s, we would just go chop it up with sneakers with Oscar. So, all that tied this whole thing together. And I think understanding and respecting that the art is just the foundation.
Yeah.
Everybody sits down in this fucking chair, Angel.
Uh-huh.
You have a client, you have a doctor, you have an accountant, you have a thug, you have a singer,
Everybody
you have
sits
a
down in the
contract. It's the same thing. I feel grateful to come in here and pick these people's brains and learn, and each day we get to take. If you're not around an environment that learns, so that's what I want to tie back to artists too. You guys are amazing, but we need to help you. I don't know how you guys create and do what you do. So we need to help create those healthy environments, those healthy things.
I think to tie it back too is we realize it's just like
No support.
just like exactly just a management, just a support system,
Structure.
just dealing with a human. Just it's like how we help any startup. You know what I'm saying? Like build the foundation, make sure this is in order, make sure that is in order.
And also too, we want you guys to succeed as men and women first. You have a wonderful wife, you have a wonderful family. It's a lot what you guys put in.
No, you're
if
right,
we
you're
could get
right.
you home
Shout out
an
to
hour
Prince.
early. Yeah, shouts to Mrs. Angel, aka Vanessa. But if we can get you an extra 3 hours a week with her, extra 3 hours a week in the gym, what is that gonna do? Make your mind better, make your body better. For us to just keep doing this shit.
You're right.
So we realize that with artists, bro, you guys have your gloves on all day. Then you have 20 messages texting. You have 20 calls. Then your baby mom texts you. Then you got to design the next day piece.
But like, what's so different between artists, like tattoo artists, and business guys and stuff like that? What was
Same cat's different skin, bro.
same shit, different toilet?
I think everybody's just a human.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
actually very similar.
It's very similar, bro. It's just
Structure.
structure. It's dealing with the human. It's like, and the biggest thing that I hope all of our artists know, and I hope everybody knows, is we're in it for you. You know, like we want you to grow. That's what makes me the most upset. Is if that ever happens, where somebody's like, you can never say like we're trying to build ourselves or we're trying to build just a shop selfishly.
Everything,
Like
yeah.
it's always about artists first. It's always about the art first. It's always about making sure, like Matt said, you're good as a human.
Yeah.
I mean,
and-
I want to say on camera and everywhere that what you guys do is worth it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of artists, I know I have a lot of friends that, you know, we charge the same, we travel the same, and everybody's like, yo, bro, is it worth it?
Yeah.
But like with that comes a whole support, you know what I mean? Be a better person, be a better artist and all that stuff, and I think that's priceless, you know what I mean?
I mean, Angel, if we really put you on a chart and a graph, because don't get this shit confused, we dive into analytics and we really, really, really do this. But if I put you on a graph from really diving into last November, there's not one thing that you haven't improved. And it's not just making money, and we do make money, but it's not just that. As a man, as a person.
Everything.
And that's what breeds, again, the longevity shit.
Everything.
Bro, how many times do you see someone do something for a few years and, motherfucker went crazy? I get it.
There's been a few times this week where like should we put the
I
Gone
get it.
Fishing sign up. And
Yeah, but that's back to your team,
Yeah.
your family. You know, I'm about to go fishing, and Jay and Andrew say, "Hey, come on, man, let's go stare at the sun."
Yeah.
People don't realize. I'm telling you, bro.
If you ask that's the other thing, is if you really like real conversation with any entrepreneur or
10
whoever
plus
you think
years,
is doing
at least
successful,
10 plus years.
go up to them and say like, I thought about quitting today. You know, it was one of those days. They'll be like, I've been there.
Yeah,
100%. I've been there.
But that's
if
the
they're
only-
a real person.
Yeah, and
Because
you know,
everybody's been there.
and
Everybody's
what's the
been
difference,
there.
though? Angel and Jay
Just
and
keep going.
Chris. The only thing you don't do is quit.
Yeah. You can't fail if you don't quit.
Yeah.
Another
Ain't no
cliche.
quit. We'll die on this shit. Never quit. Never
We're down
surrender.
the line, bro.
Facts.
Well,
I don't know. I never lose, bro. I don't like losing.
I probably self-destruct
I
if
take
I
a
ever
lesson.
lose, but I never do. Shouts to
so
You gotta do
you
it.
guys have a.
You gotta do.
That's good.
Now you're
You
certified.
used to speak Spanish.
Facts again. It's a whole
Right?
thing.
I'm so surprised.
Bro, he's Puerto Rican.
It's true.
Puerto Rican.
I see it. I see it.
I mean, I'm Puerto Rican
Puerto
too.
Rican too.
I don't know what I am.
So yeah, you guys have mostly mastered the physical space, and that's why I think a show is really cool for you, because now you're sort of bringing that to the next frontier, and that's the airwaves.
Digital.
really.
And this is the thing that's cool, and you guys seen me my whole life brag. Our friends, our lifelong friends, not some shit like I met you 2 summers ago at Bar A. I'm saying the kids, the people we grew up with. Like, cause that's some shit. Oh, my best friend. I'm like, oh, what was he like in 6th grade?
No,
Nah,
when
we
you're
met-
talking about friends, it's at least a decade in. I mean, the shortest one's about
You guys
a
came
decade.
together, right? Like
We were in the same
Let me tell
hospital.
you about
No.
this. Let me tell you about this. Whether it was 20,000, $7, a peanut butter and jelly, we break bread. We always will break
for sure.
bread. Never, no questions
Even if it's
asked. And
out of
that's
the
for
garbage and
everything.
somebody judges us and looks at us, but it's out of the top of the garbage.
Yeah,
I should have said that.
I don't know. Things happen, man. Hey,
All
we're
right.
the same guys that will go take everyone out to eat, and then
Not eat.
if we had to,
Yeah,
because that's
I've,
the family.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
yeah, but we're not eating out the garbage every day.
All right, well then I guess.
We have. No,
that was
we
a lie. That was a lie.
haven't. No, we haven't.
Well, so I think this is going to be a really cool. I was thinking this. You said episode 2. I almost think of this as episode 0, because you
Whatever.
have such
Yeah.
like a group of
You guys
people
are
in here to.
You guys tell us, man. We're just.
Yeah.
We're just
I mean, like I said in the beginning, and I guess it ties everything together, is this is literally like the hardest thing for us to do. And Angel, thank you, and Chris, thank
Chris,
you,
thank
because
you.
you
James,
guys
thank
pushed
you.
us. James, shout out to James, got us to a level where we would even consider doing it, and it's super uncomfortable. And like I said, it's because it's so watered down, and that's not a shot at anybody. It's just
But listen-
podcasting in general
It
is
is
watered
watered
down.
down.
You know what I'm saying?
We've
But we're just having real conversations, and I think once we get there in our brain, like me and you,
Yeah, and
then we'd be okay.
And I don't
You
know
know,
if this
a
is
little
the
more.
end, but I want to end it on. We respect and honor and privilege being able to do. Jay and I don't tattoo. So every day we wake up and we have a sense of gratitude and gratefulness to be here. So every single day we're going to respect that and add as much value as we can. But when I tell you, there's a lot of great artists out there, but we have the best group of humans and then artists. And we're going to dive into all that. I mean, every style you can think of. You know, I know Angel.
And the best of it.
And the best of it
Yeah.
is the best of it. Whatever the hell you need, we can do here, do it the right way, in the best experience way, and we're going to have some fucking laughs.
Yeah. Good energy,
Yeah.
good vibes, good art,
Clean toilets.
clean toilets.
Any
I want,
style.
I want this episode, since this is how you started off with Angel. Do you want to hear what I want this episode to be
Yes,
called?
yes.
I want it to be called Episode 0, Soul Kraft Ink. Is somebody going to match my freak?
Wow.
Done. Easy.
You like that?
Yeah, we can post
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Because that's what it really is about.
Yeah.
Just
Matching their freak.
Matching their freak.
I love that.
Pushing each other.
I also
I
love
love
the
you
title
guys.
that does not chase algorithm. I do it mostly because why not? I think it's like a game.
Bro,
But-
that's what the world is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm
game,
also
and
sick of
actually,
that shit.
The
It's like a
sooner
game.
you realize that the world's a game is the sooner you realize
Nothing
that you
has to
could
be
win
that
it.
professional.
And the sooner you realize that you can make it anything you want it to be, which is cool. So you could either go down the negative rabbit hole of this shit is all fake and what am I doing? Which sometimes I do. Some mornings I'm like, it doesn't matter. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
It's all fake. There's robots everywhere. This guy's on a podcast and I seen him like eating out of the garbage. Who would do that? Eating out of the garbage. You know what I'm saying? But or you could go the positive route where everything's fake, it's all made up. I can make it whatever I want it to be. And I,
mean,
can
we
have
say that all
whatever
the time.
experience I want to
That's
have.
It's a lot more fun.
If
that
you
way.
work hard enough and pay your fucking dues, you could build your own world, your own community.
Your
And you got to
reality.
respect, and it's blissful ignorance, too. But no matter what the fuck goes on out there, we protect everyone. But we have a good time here, bro. Our cup's half full, you know, and that's the thing, man. No one, this show, sad shit, but it's his life. The fuck you gonna do with it, bro? Am I right or wrong?
Bro, we could go all day.
Am I
if
right
one
or
of you,
wrong,
one
bro?
of the two of you don't
Yeah,
wrap
no,
this
I
up,
got
we'll
it.
keep
Life.
going.
I don't really want to
This
cut
is it.
but
This is it.
But we're gonna.
Is this it? Matt, is this it?
Take it easy, man.
Is it it?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go hard for mine.
you
I
even real?
promise you. I promise you. I tried to.
Oh no, 2 hands! Oh shit!
I promise you. For me and mine, in the most respect, in the most respectful way, with respect and honor.
Dang,
If
just
it's
got that
my
shit crazy.
family versus your family, we're gonna get ours.
And by family, he means all of us.
All of us. Everybody gonna
us.
eat.
James included.
Everybody's gonna eat.
Hey, yo, let that go. No 2 hands. Don't 2
that
hand that
go.
money.
Nah, no Diddy, man.
No.
Whoa.
That
Too
was
soon.
mad close. That was mad close
We
to the
stand
money.
with Cass.
We'll,
Get us out
we'll
here,
refine the
Chris.
process.
Round us
We'll.
Shouts to James, bro. Can you come out here? You know?
Nah, we'll do that in a later episode.
All right,
We're
all
gonna reveal James in episode 4.
Yeah.
If you guys want,
Like, follow, share, and
Episode 7, he has to fight Baby Bro.
drop fanny pack in the comments if you want to see James
say-
on camera in
if you
episode
want to
4.
see James on camera,
Did you see my chair just go down?
Yeah.
A little bit. I saw it. Yeah.
That's how we know
And
we gotta get out
in
of here.
episode 8, if you want to watch Chris run the 100s, he's really fast.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
So I got 7.
Yeah,
7 more
start
to.
training.
All right. I got it.
your
Otherwise, I'm gonna
episode
tear something.
0.0.
If anybody wants to see Angel show you his Labubu collection,
Yeah, yo.
type Labubu in Labubu in the comments.
Hey, boo boo. All right, y'all. Good talk. We'll catch you
Thanks,
next
Chris.
time.